Right, okay.
Right.
So, what are we going to talk about, I hear you ask?
What are we going to talk about, Christian Dinton?
Well, Cosworld Shovel, I'm glad you asked. Because there's been a other Pokemon Direct today.
Oh,
Full of
okay.
Pokemon news and shit and shaz.
It's a shame I clocked out of those games about a year ago, but no. I'm still into Pokemon. I'm just not into Pokemon
Yeah.
like we were in
Pokemon
the good old
adjacent.
days.
Yeah.
I like Pokemon. I'm
Yeah.
not into Pokemon. That's a good way of saying it. I'll
Yeah.
probably get the next gen, see what they're like, but I'm not too fussed on DLCs at the moment.
Yeah. Well, this wasn't an announcement about the next gen. It wasn't an announcement about DLCs either, I'm afraid.
Oh.
So I'll go through the news in order.
Oh.
There were 3 news.
At least.
Yes. New number 1.
Oh.
There's a new Pokemon Snap, and it's on an island where you drive around in a little like bubble and take pictures of Pokemon for the professor.
I did know they were doing a new Pokemon Snap. Is that out now, or is it out soonish?
I can't remember when they said it was out, actually. I didn't really pay that much attention.
Fun.
Yeah. What was it called? It was like the... Not lintel. What's the word I'm looking for?
Pokemon
Lentil.
Selfie.
Lentil
Sorry.
region.
Oh, the lentil region.
Yeah.
That's a type of food, isn't it?
Yeah.
Lentils.
It's like what the vegans eat. Hang on, let me just skim through this and see if I can find... There we are. 30th of April this year. It's out.
Fun.
It's called
Cool.
New Pokemon Snap.
Oh.
So it actually was a new, like what I said.
New.
Yeah. So
New
there we
Pokemon
are.
Snap, not Mew's Pokemon Snap.
Yeah. So I mean that's just the big shrug, but it's the first thing. It's the first of 3. You know, they get the shit ones out of the way first, unless it's the normal Nintendo Direct, in which case they put them right at the end. So, are you ready for new number 2?
Oh, what's new number 2?
Diamond and Pearl remakes.
Oh, they are then. Okay.
They are, yes. Yeah. And interestingly, they're not developed by Game Freak. They've outsourced it to the same company that made Pokemon Home, of all things. Yeah. Which is interesting.
Oh.
Hang on, let me send you the link to the things. You can like skip through the video or something if you
Okay.
like. There we are.
Okay.
Um,
Interest.
yeah, and so...
My peeps are peaked.
So I think it's for Switch. I didn't really check. But that's out at the end of this year, apparently.
Did they have like footage and... Oh, shut up, bitch. Sorry.
Yes.
I pressed play on the
I'm
video
trying to
and
tell you.
Pokemon.
Don't tell me to shut up.
No, sorry. I was skimming through the video. I clicked on a bit and it was at Pokemon Snap, and some bitch just started screaming in my ear about taking photos. It's like, I don't care. Oh wait, this is the new footage. Oh. Okay, interesting. Okay. They've kept like the whole 2 down. They've kept a lot of the style from
Yeah, so they've
Diamond and
made it like a
Pearl.
3D remake, but with sprite sized, so they're like little chibi guys running around, which I think it's going to take a bit of getting used to, honestly.
I don't know. I think I might enjoy it.
It's one of those things where it's like I can understand they're going for like the sprite look, but for me it feels like it's too detailed for that.
It's like an odd mishmangle of sprite and 3D, and it's like brilliant diamond.
Yes.
Shining pearl. That sounds stupid. Dazzling diamond.
Oh.
And perfect pearl.
That sounds too corny, I think.
But dazzling diamond works, I think. I don't know what would be.
Well, dazzling means brilliant, though, doesn't it? It's the same.
I know, but D&D, P&P.
Oh, I suppose, yeah.
Dazzling diamond, perfect pearl. I don't know. That's just...
Red ruby and.
Yeah, you know, can you remember the old Game Boy Game Boy Advanced games? Ruby Red and Gruesome Green.
Yonic Yellow.
Yonic Yellow.
Yeah, so I hope they put in like the Platinum story, because the Platinum story was a lot better.
Yeah. That would make them more sense, because it was basically Diamond and Pearl Plus.
Yeah.
Platinum was.
Because it's not like with Emeralds. I mean, the Emerald story was better as well, but they couldn't really make that into 2 separate games, could they? Because it was like the combination. Yeah.
Like, whereas Platinum was New Game Plus to Diamond and Pearl, Emerald was Ruby and Sapphire combined sort of thing.
Yeah.
Or Platinum was like the remake plus extras.
It's been like Ultra Diamond and Pearl, wasn't it?
Definitive edition.
Yeah,
It's like they've released Platinum, then they've released Platinum bonus content, and then the definitive edition is all of it together.
Pokemon Definitive Diamond and
Oh,
Perfect Pearl.
I don't know. I'm still waiting for the day they would just remake all the previous. Like, you don't have to have all the new gens and stuff, but all the previous gens into one game.
Yeah.
That would be a good sort of remake, rehash.
So at the start
thing.
of this video, they did like a big recap of every single thing they've ever released, and I was thinking, just imagine if they got to the end of this and went, and for the 25th anniversary, we're bringing it all back, even the QR pogs. So, if you've just watched the Diamond and Pearl bit, keep watching, keep the video playing, and see what comes next, because that was the new number 3.
But hold on, before that, I'd laugh if they went through all of that, or showing all the past stuff they did, and they said, so this year for Pokemon, we have absolutely no news, but we are releasing a remake of a past game on a new console. Wait.
Well, we've said about how if they did Let's Go Johto versions, I'd actually be quite excited for that because I love that region. And so I was imagining, like, when they showed the first bit of footage from these Diamond and Pearl remakes, I actually crossed my fingers in real life. It was like, don't you dare be a Let's Go game. We've got to keep the sequence.
Yeah,
thankfully they're not.
To be honest, that would be a good route for the Let's Go games to go down, is the combining regions. If you don't want to do it on your main games, do it with your Let's Go games.
Yeah.
Then you're not really breaking the norm. Anyway, I'll skip through this. So is Pokemon Legends Arceus? RCRs. So is this kind of their trying to be Breath of the Wild?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, that's due to be released in about a year, basically, early 2022. I really hope they polish it up a little bit, because it was a lot that was quite janky in that footage.
Yeah.
Like, even on, like, you think for a trailer they'd make it the best they could possibly make it, but there was like bits where it was lagging. And I thought, I hope they fix that. But yeah, certainly interesting. We've got no further details about what sort of game it actually is. There are normal Pokemon battles in it. So is the whole thing just going to be one big wild area? What's the story going to be like? How big is the game actually going to be? We don't really know, but it's interesting that they're actually trying something out a little bit different.
Yeah, the trailer doesn't give us much, which means I'm not really that excited for it.
They even put the shot in where it like sweeps over the player character's shoulder, and you can see the big,
literally just clicked on it.
The Breath of the Wild shot.
Like 1925.
So it's like they've obviously, they're completely fed up with everyone saying Pokemon should just make a game like Breath of the Wild, and they're like, "There, are you happy now?"
Well, if it's good, then yes, we will be fucking happy now. That was why we were saying it. But
yeah, like you say, it doesn't really give anything away, so we don't really know what it's going to be like. Yeah,
I'm a little bit tedious. Yeah, how big is it going to be?
Yeah,
is it going to be to the scale of Breath of the Wild, or are they literally just going to release a wild area game the size of like the wild area now?
Imagine 40 quid.
Yeah, but you could see it with Pokemon.
You could see
it with Pokemon against like Zelda. Zelda waits 3-4 years before they release a new game so that they can try and get it good.
Yeah,
Game Freak.
Maybe this has been in development since then.
Well, okay, if it's been
I doubt it. Looking at it,
yeah. Okay, well, we'll see.
Yeah. And the player characters now look pretty cool. It's like Victorian Dawn and
whatever his name was.
Lucas, I think.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what the era was called in Japan, because I said Victorian and that wasn't Japan.
Oh, yeah.
Meiji era, that's it. Meiji Lucas.
Meiji Majiro.
Meiji's mask. But yeah.
Oh.
It was quite mad because I sat down to watch this at 3 p.m. today, Friday, 26th of February, 2021, and I was hopeful that it would be big news, but I was also fully prepared for it to just be, you know, Pokemon Cafe mobile game or whatever.
Yes. Yeah.
So it was nice to have some actual interesting news from it about the main series games. Who knew?
Okay. I would say, oh yeah, I don't know what's more interesting to me, the remake or the Breath of the Wild rip-off.
We don't know enough about the Breath of the Wild one, really, do we?
One I'm a lot more tedious about. One I know I'm going to get and enjoy it no matter what.
What's the word you're looking for? I don't think that's the right word. I can't think what the right word is, though.
Apprehensive?
Yeah. There is a word beginning with T, though. That's what... It's so close. It doesn't really matter, does it? But yeah, Diamond and Pearl are solid games, so... hopefully,
do you think they're doing it like... I didn't listen to any of the stuff they were saying in, like, the interviews or voiceovers, but is the reason they're doing it based on Sinnoh, so it can connect to the Diamond and Pearl remakes?
They didn't say no, but you'd imagine so.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like they've just said, "Oh, let's just stick everything into Sinnoh this year."
But actually, I'm up for so Sinnoh is a very underrated region.
Yeah, I was just thinking, if you think you've got like grasslands, you've got the big mountain range in the middle, you got snowy bits, you got water routes, but not too many. 7.8.
I think people complain about how much snow there might be in it, but just because that was
only like 3 routes though, isn't it? It's not too bad, I think.
But no, I think I really do like Sinnoh. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know Johto's probably my favourite region.
Yeah.
You can add Kanto into that because it's all one big thing.
It's all one big, yeah. Indigo region.
Then, yeah, I don't know if it's just through nostalgia, but Sinnoh might be my second favourite if you clump together Johto and Kanto. I'd have to have a bigger, in-depth thought about it without sitting here for like 15, 20 minutes in silence going, I like this about this one, I like this about this one.
See, I know that the Indigo region, as I'm now calling it, and Hoenn and Sinnoh are definitely the top ones. Indigo is the first, like Johto's the first.
I always thought Hoenn was overhyped. Even when they were doing the remakes, I was a bit like, okay, cool, but...
Yeah. I can remember more about Hoenn because we've recently had the remakes, and I think that's... You know, that's why I don't want to say that is my second one, because I can't really... It's been so long since I played Platinum. And I know I played the shit out of Diamond and Platinum back in the day, so I must have really liked it.
Yeah. Well, I must have played it more recently than you, because I know at one point during like early days of the podcast, I was playing it, wasn't I?
That does ring a bell,
I swear, at a point, we mentioned me playing Platinum for the first time, because up until then I'd only played Diamond and Pearl.
That's right. But yeah, I always remember knowing that I liked it, even though I can't remember the details about it.
Yeah, I think there was just something about just the feeling of that region and its characters that just felt nice as well.
A villainous team that was had a plan that made kind of sense, and also you know, were real stakes, because like Team Aqua and Magma are just idiots. They don't understand. Team Rocket's classic, they're just thugs.
Yeah.
But then Galaxy Gang
trying to rip apart dimensions,
destroy reality.
Yeah.
You can't get much more stake than that, can you?
It was the biggest stakes we'd had up until that point.
I do remember thinking at the time, like, the legendary Pokemon have been getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Where did they go from literally God?
Mm.
And they never did go any further. They left it at that.
Ooh,
It wasn't like
you'd need like a Pokemon that could control the multiverse.
yeah, that's what I was just about to
something.
say. It'd be like in Dragon Ball where they meet God, and then later on they meet that god's god, and then later on they meet the god of the gods. It just gets more and more.
There's Arceus, but then there's Papa Arceus.
Yeah.
Mama and Papa Arceus.
Grand Arceus of the West.
Oh.
But then Grand Arceus of the South was eaten by Majin Arceus 10,000 years ago.
Jesus Christ.
Actually, that reminds me of speaking of Dragon Ball. You know how? Do you remember when it was the whole androids saga?
That Android, I think the Android saga is the sort of around the point I was starting to fizzle out of it. So I remember
Right.
pretty much up to that point, and I remember a bit of Majin Buu.
So
But it
basically,
was around Majin Buu I sort of stopped, and
yeah,
when I was a wee kid.
Yeah. So the story is like Trunks comes back from the future and says, "Guys, you've got to stop the two androids." And then two androids show up, and Trunks is like, "It's not those androids." And then two other androids show up, and it's those androids. And then
Yeah.
Cell shows up, and then he has all his different forms and all that bollocks. So the reason that storyline works like that is because the first two androids were meant to be the bad androids, but the director of the manga at the time said to Akira Toriyama, "Are those really the androids that you've been hyping up? It's just some fat guy and an old geezer. They can't be the ones, can it?" And he was like, "Oh, no, it's not them. No, don't worry, there's a twist coming." And then he made the next two androids, which were the two kids. And then his director was like, "But no, it's just two kids. That can't be right." And he was like, "Oh, no, it wasn't them. It was this guy, this. But he just looks like it. No, he's got more forms. Trust me." Like, so it was all just him trying to cover his ass because his
Making
boss
it
didn't
up as
like
he
it.
went along. Yeah. It's literally kind of like the classic days. I say the classic days is modern classic days of Doctor Who, where each year it kind of felt like Moffat was sort of trying to go. Yeah, the modern classic era, the Davies Moffat era, mainly Moffat, I'd say. But like whenever you'd get fans and stuff saying, "Is this really what he's doing? He's going to do this, this, and this." You'd kind of listen to that and try and twist it round and say, no, it's not that. It's not that. It's not this.
It's not like what we've got now where, Chibnall doesn't listen to the fans at all. And that's why the current Doctor Who is perfect.
Yes, absolutely perfect.
Oh, hang on, let me just reset the counter for days since we last complained about Doctor Who.
We need to actually start having a counter. Have you got one of those like little click it
I have
hand things?
It's too
Find
far
one
away.
of them and
Plus I do actually use it from time to time.
Oh, okay. Just find a piece of paper and just mark a 1 on it, just so we can keep track of this.
Well, what other? Let's see if I've got any other new. Oh,
new?
I do have new.
Oh,
So actually, I have a new before the new.
Oh,
Which was just to follow up. We did mention this on Stardew the other day, but just for the podcast's benefit, with that rover landing on Mars, they've now released video from the rover and from the lander of the landing, which is fucking awesome. Because as the rover comes down, you can the camera shows it lowering away from the hovering, like crane thing that's just like hovering with rockets in the air, and then it flies away.
Crater made by the crashing spaceship. Sorry.
It honestly is just fucking amazing. If you've got any interest in space, go and watch that. That was that new. Then this is like news bites. Just quick, like Daft Punk have split up for all the Daft Punk fans out there. Yeah. Okay. Which, I mean, they haven't made a good album for a long time, so I don't really mind.
I can't say I've followed them religiously. I've enjoyed some of their stuff, obviously. I think everyone does in some way.
Yeah, I think they've been going for 28 years, I think.
Oh, they couldn't hold on for 2 more. Come on, guys. Make a nice and round number.
Well, like 35. Nice round number.
I thought you said 28.
Yeah, but they should have gone to 35 because that's the anniversary number, isn't it?
A nice round. That's the anniversary number.
Yeah.
That's what we just have to do. Any birthday up until now for Richard, we don't celebrate until he gets to 35 years old, and then we celebrate his birthday.
Definitely.
It's like every year when he gets his birthday, and he's like, "Oh, it's my birthday, by the way." It's like, no, it's not.
Not a big one.
You're not 35 yet. No. Oh well. Only a couple more till you get to 35.
Yeah. Then what's the next one? 70? 2 times 35?
Yeah, you'd assume, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
And then 140.
What about 105?
Oh, are we doing it like that? Or are we? We're not
every
just
35
doubling
years.
Up? Oh, every 35. Okay.
Anyway, so yeah, no reason given for why Daft Punk are splitting up. Maybe they've just retiring. They've probably got enough money.
Getting a bit old.
Yeah, but apparently there's rumors that one of them is losing his hearing, which might actually be quite crucial to producing music.
Yeah, no, that would probably hinder your music skills.
It didn't stop Beethoven. He was deaf.
True.
So the actual news, the one that I was going to mention originally, was Big Finish, about my journeys through Big Finish, because I'm finally back on that again, having caught up on all my podcasts.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I did listen to Doctor Who and the Pirates. I've been through that one, and that was really good. Yes,
it is, it's one of those heartwarming but sort of like serious at the same time ones.
Yes,
it's good how they've balanced the serious and comedy aspects. I did love that.
Yes, and
and
I am
done the trilogy yet?
No, but I'd say that I am the very model of a Gallifreyan Buccaneer as a masterpiece. Because it's not even like they just did 1 or 2 verses as a joke. They did the whole song.
The whole fucking song. Yeah.
So good.
You didn't think it was that extensive when I talked about it.
No. I just listened to what was it? Darkness of Beauty or something of Beauty or something like that.
I don't remember it off the
Which
top
is where
the
5th Doctor and Nyssa go to a planet where there's like a load of radioactive waste in the atmosphere. There's some aliens left there.
The 5th Doctor ones we've got actually. Yeah. It's the 5th Doctor I've been slower getting through.
Okay, but that was quite a good one. It was quite. It was like more like a character study on people's motivations and about traveling through time and what you can and can't change and stuff like that. That was quite good, that one. Okay. Enjoyed it. And a good ending that made you think as well, and then made you think about things earlier in the episode to go, okay, that's because it's kind of, it's not told in order. There's a lot of like flashbacks and things like that. So you don't know the full story all the time. Until the end, sort of thing. Yeah. I'm about to start number 45, Project Lazarus. So I've got that one to do, then Flip Flop, and then the trilogy. Was that 6th Doctor one? It's 5th, 6th and 7th it's got on the cover. Yeah. I think it's... I can't remember I can't remember it. It's... I think it's part of the Forge arc, which not even I've got my head around yet. Right, okay. So, with Maggie Stables as Evelyn, according to the cover. Yeah, I think it's probably mainly 6th then. The Forge arc. And then I've got Flip Flop, which obviously you've told us about here before. Flip Flop is a fun one, yeah. I can't really remember too much about it, but I could remember that it was fun because it could be listened to parts 1 and 2 first, or part 3 and 4 first, and then in reverse sort of thing. That sounds cool. And then after that, it'd be Omega Davros, Masters Agreus, and that's all I've got on my phone so far, so I'd have to put the other 50 on after that. The Villain trilogy is a good trilogy, definitely. The Villainy. Yeah, I've been really looking forward to that, actually. So, that'd be cool. Wait, which one are you about to do? Project Twilight? Lazarus. Oh, hang on, Project Twilight. I think I've had that one. I've listened to that one already. Let me just Google that Project one as Lazarus is a sequel to that one. Ah, okay, yes, that's right. There was it vampires? I think it was vampires.
Yeah, and like they left a girl at the end or something.
Oh, geez, yeah, I'm gonna have to. Okay, yeah, I'm
Vaguely.
gonna have to read the read this synopsis on the on the wiki before I start then because I can't remember. I began a long-running story arc which did not end until the audio story "A Death in the Family" in 2010.
Yep. So
Jeez.
this is what I was about to get into. So this is the Forge arc. I get trying to get my head around it. It goes in through Project Twilight, Project
That's
Lazarus,
right. It was some.
and then it goes over into the Seventh Doctor, and it's highly related to the backstory of his companion Hex.
Okay. So yeah, I
That's
vaguely.
all I can remember.
I'll try not to give too much away in case people are listening through themselves, but it was the Forge was something to do with like this project to create superhumans or something like that, wasn't it?
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
Yeah, it was vaguely coming back. I'm sure it'll come back as I listen to the other one.
This arc has started going. You've started the arc, I think.
Oh, I'm at the bottom of the arch, like the McDonald's arch.
Yeah, not even I. No, I've got my head around that. Yeah. I think I was going to worry about it more because I don't think we've got any of the Seventh Doctor and Hex stories that really deal with it too much yet.
Right.
So I was thinking, oh, I'll worry about that when we get some of them and we get a little bit deeper into the Hex storyline for me to need to know.
Yeah. Damn it, I thought the whole crack in time and silence will fall overarching plot was hard to follow. Then I didn't know anything until I found a big finish.
Oh, yeah, Jesus.
Did you know that Rob Grant wrote like a quick little like 10-pager script that was like a bookend for series 6, I think? The one where they get blown up by their future selves.
Was
Red Dwarf, sorry.
I think I do remember it vaguely from like a long time ago. Was this that? Was this that? Or how long ago did he write it?
It was fairly recent. I'm just going to open it and then I'll... 2021.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, series 6.5. Let me just pop
quite
that.
new that he did then.
Yeah. It's called Into the Gloop, so people can Google that. I've sent you the puduf. But yeah, no, that's quite good. I think it was giving people a lot of hope that he might be getting back into helping to write Red Dwarf, because obviously the pair of them together are better than just one of them. And then this whole thing happened of him getting kicked out of the company and then suing it. So I guess that was.
I think it was less of a hopefully he's getting back into it, and more of a no. This is a reminder to say that I was part of Red Dwarf as well. Don't forget it.
Yeah, probably.
I may not own it, but I do own some of it in certain ways. Oh yeah.
But yeah, that was something I learnt this week.
We'll have to revive Jupitos if they never get Red Dwarf going again.
Yeah. The official replacement.
I've got a spaceship interior now. We'll just have to come up with an excuse for why it looks like a TARDIS.
It's like the designer was a sci-fi fan.
Yeah. Unless we just
really weird then.
Wall off half of it so it's only half a room, and then the console is sort of cut in half so it looks like it's built into a wall.
Oh yeah, that could work. Yeah. I was thinking it could be like so it's, one of the characters could like ask the question, like you kind of like hanging a lampshade on it, ask the question, why does it look like, why is it all in a circle like this? Is this not really inconvenient? And it could be, the answer could be like it was some corporate initiative to have like to increase interaction between co-workers, supposed to have them all facing each other or something like that.
Or just the joke is that you never find out.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like what happened at the end of series 8, they always start to explain and then you never find out.
It's like the fishing trip from Gavin and Stacey.
Yes.
Or the guy, I can't remember his guy's name, but there was a character in Dark who had an eye patch. Like something had happened to his eye, and every time someone asked, he was like, "Okay, but you have to promise not to tell anyone," and they'd always get interrupted.
Yeah, I kind
Just
of
like
like
that,
it.
yeah.
I love jokes like that.
Who did? Has there already been any ones like that before the fishing trip? That like famous ones.
Oh, not that I
Add us on
can
a
think
comment.
of off the top of my head.
Yeah.
No. Um.
What we did was perfectly legal in this country. In this country.
Oh dear. It's been a while since I watched Gavin and Stacey. Really. I think the most I've done is watching the Reactor. Watch some of it.
I need to get that one on DVD. I like to get DVDs of like the ones that I consider to be classics.
I think I had most of Gavin and Stacey on DVD.
Oh shit! £15 for all of them.
Oh, okay, no, that's not bad then. I was going to say £15 a series. That's what nowadays? What? But no, okay, fair enough.
I'm just seeing if all the series are on it.
Gotta make sure it's got like specials and stuff as well.
Yeah, 2008 and 2019 Christmas. Oh wow, and the 2019 Christmas special as well.
Oh, it's quite new then. Oh,
cool. Well, it's payday today, so I'm going to get that.
Literally right now.
Yeah. And I've already checked my account to make sure it's all in there, so...
Yeah, that's why I need to get a new job.
Jobs are good for the money you get.
Yeah.
That's what I've learned.
It wasn't my choice to have my hours
No.
No.
You didn't inquire about, can I go part-time because I really need to focus on my business. Like that's the kind of thing.
Yeah. Even though I was part-time anyway. I went from part-time to even parter time.
Yeah, parter.
There was even more parts to that time added.
It sounds like a good thing, but it isn't.
It's not.
Parts taken away. Oh, man. Wow.
I know, I haven't really been doing that. I thought of a couple of jokes for Ken and Mitch. Is it if they're in any episode they get lost or anything, one of them says, "It's fine, I've just lost my bearings," and the other turns around and says, "Oh, do you want me to go look for them?" And then if they're looking at a map, they're like, "Right, so we go this way, and then that way will be lost." Yep.
Oh, that's good. Very, very Chuckle Brothers.
I think I've been watching just CBBC, so it's probably given me that sort of Chuckle Brothers vibe. It's very Chuckle Brothers, very Basil Brush.
Yes.
Very,
I remember a couple of years...
Sorry.
I remember a couple of years ago randomly watching a bit of Chuckle Brothers on YouTube and just being surprised by how funny it was. Because you kind of assume that when it's somebody like as a kid that it's not going to be as good. Like, yeah.
No, I think they are literally all on YouTube.
Yeah, I think they are. Something reminded me of a bit from the latest Wurzle Gummidge episode that was on the New Year.
Oh, I haven't watched new Wurzles.
Because that's kind of got a lot of the similar sort of humour in it. And I can't remember what reminded me of it as I was walking around Blaze today, but there's a bit... This has just reminded me of me remembering it earlier. There's a bit where, like, someone... Like, they leave Wurzle on the side of the road because they go and get something, because they're on their way to this village, and someone picks Wurzle up in his car, thinking that it's been abandoned, and so they follow after the guy, and they find him in a pub, and it's like, the pub's full of like, these big, burly, like, scary-looking guys. And they say, "Excuse me, that scarecrow was ours." And he's like, "What did you say? I am so sorry. I didn't know it belonged to anyone." You know, and he goes on like that. And then, "If there's anything I can do to help, please let me know. I'll do anything." And they go, "Well, would you be able to give us a lift to this village where they're going?" And he goes, "Oh, I'd love to, but I've already had a pint or two, and I can't drink and drive, Bob." And he looks at his mate, and his mate's like, "Oh, I've had a pint and all." And looks at the next guy on the table says, "I've only had a half, but I won't risk it if it's all the same to you." And then they all turn to the last guy who's in the corner of the pub just drinking orange juice. And they all look at him, and he looks up and says, "I can't drive."
Oh.
Yeah, that sort of humour. It's
Yeah.
right up my alley.
Yeah.
They are good, the Worzles Gummidge, the new ones. I recommend them a lot.
I haven't seen the new ones. I've only seen the old Pertwee ones. I've got the old John Pertwee ones on DVD.
Oh, Dum-dum. The Wurzle Gummages are probably on iPlayer still, actually. I just spell Wurzel with a O. Not like the Wurzels.
No, not Wurzle Gummidge, Wurzle Gummidge.
Yeah, they're all still on iPlayer, actually. If anyone listening at home or on the podcast currently wants to watch them.
Hint, 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 hint.
I'd say the first one was not as good, but it was enough to make me want to watch the second one, and then the second one was really good, and then the third one was even better.
Okay.
Yeah.
It just kept getting better and better, or?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Well.
Got any more news, really?
Yeah.
Nothing with my life.
Only olds.
Mm.
Or currents.
Or, photos of me clothed. Nudes.
You don't want to get hacked into and have your nudes distributed.
No, my news getting out there amongst the world.
No. Welcome to the Clothed 10.
Yeah. Well, I've started colouring in the D&D slides.
Ah, yes. We'll mention that on here. We had our first episode of the Damned, the Potter Damned, the oft-prophesised one.
Yeah.
And
finally.
Yeah. So I guess you'll be
fun.
you'll be putting up on your channel at some point, I presume.
Eventually,
Once it's done, yeah.
Well, that, and I'm still trying to slowly edit other things as well.
Ah, yeah.
So I want a nice big bulk of stuff to be able to slowly upload before I start uploading them.
Ah, yeah. So that channel, by the way, for people listening, is TS Reactions. So if you're on YouTube, if you click on this channel in Audible, there's a link to Ozzy's channel on the channel. And then if you're listening on just to the podcast, you can click on the show notes for a link to the channel.
Some point within the next month or so, we'll probably be up and going again. So what I've got in the ready to upload folder, we've got Danganronpa episode 3 is ready, but I'm waiting till I've got a bigger amount of stuff.
Episode 3? Jesus, that seems like it was 5 years ago.
I know. I got the first 2 uploaded. I've managed to edit the full versions of episodes 3 and 4, and then my computer went.
Jeez.
Oh, no, I haven't exported them yet, but I know I've done an X-Aid somewhere in there.
Oh.
We've got both halves of the first half of Digimon Adventure Last Evolution Kazuna. I've had to split it into 4 parts.
Right.
We've got Yandere Simulator, but it was back in 2019. Which
From
has
the
problems.
archives.
Yeah, it has problems with the footage, which is why I didn't upload it back then. But now I thought, fuck it, it adds to the amount of stuff I can upload.
Oh.
And then I've got Titbits, which is like my little small videos of just random in-between things we talk about.
Oh, yeah.
I got one of them of Ray accidentally knocking over the desk when we had the desk. And one of us talking about Garibaldi's and how their names got the origins. The origins of the names.
Well, us two, you mean? Or you and
Us
Ray?
two, yeah. No, us two. Us. I can't remember what it was from. It must have been from either the Digimon or the Danganronpa, because it would have to have been from one that I have edited so far.
There's that law, I can't remember what name they give it, but where it's like every conversation online, given enough time, will end up at Nazis or Hitler or something, because generally arguments happen and it always gets back to that in the end. With us two,
it always comes back to biscuits.
Yeah, we talk for long enough, we eventually arrive at biscuits.
Yeah. No, yeah. No surprise. And we still need a name for this Harry Potter thing.
Yeah.
I didn't know if, because we thought of, the idea for trying to play with something that already exists in the Harry Potter universe, like Hogwarts and history. But what if we like try and find a play on like another TV series, but try and mix it to like fit with the wizarding world? So like only fools on hippogriffs or something.
Yeah.
I was trying to think of one to try and connect it to like Chuckle Vision, but it don't Hogwarts Vision.
There's not much to work with Chuckle Vision, is there?
No. But so far, they're my two I've got is Hogwarts and History or Only Fools on Griff.
Only Fools in Hogwarts?
Only Fools in Hogwarts, yeah.
Hogwarts sounds a bit like horses if you squint with your ears.
That's how your ears work, yeah.
Yeah.
And we need to find some kind of theme tune for it. To have a look through and try and find like Harry Potter remixes or something. Like an 8-bit remix or something.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. I was thinking of like someone doing a rap over the top of it.
Oh, what was the fucking the song they sang? Bubble, just find like a rap version of Bubble Toilet. Bubble, or like heavy metal. Something where get welcome.
That's exactly that says Harry Potter to me. Well, I think for our podcast journey today, oh, by the way, we should probably mention it's just us two today.
Oh, really?
Yeah. just so everyone knows. But yeah, if because I think Alex is in the shops and Rich is painting his wagon, ready to go to town. So, if you've enjoyed this,
it's like people don't know that every week the same time.
I know.
They don't. It's like people don't schedule their lives around it.
It's bizarre, isn't it? It's absolutely bizarre.
Like, yeah, no, it does things to do than waste their time talking to us.
I do feel like sometimes certain people seem to forget that we do this every week. But anyway, we won't dwell on that.
For how many years now?
Too many. If you've enjoyed this, the thing you should definitely do. I've thought long and hard about shilling and what works and what doesn't. And for me personally, I've never feel comfortable doing it. The one thing I always feel comfortable saying though, and the thing that is really important, is tell someone else about it that doesn't already know about it. That for me is the best thing you listening can do.
What if all the people listening are like us and have no one they can tell? Except each other. Maybe
that's where we've been going wrong.
Yeah.
We've just aimed it at like the sad losers. Oh well. But yeah, tell your friends, hide your kids, hide your wife. You can email us at contact@invisibletower.net, an email address that we now know works. And that's it. Well, yeah, you can find Ozzy's channel, like I said, TS Reactions. My channel is Invisible Tower.
We'll have games on there at some point as well. That's not the main crux of it though. But yeah.
We
Game and Watch will arrive one day.
Oh, I'm game. He's Watch. We won't. We won't plug the other channels. They're not here. Your game.
Other channels.
Yeah, the other people's channels.
Other channels. What other channels?
The other channel of the other person is not here. You don't get a plug. That's how it works.
There ain't no other channels. There's only two of us here.
I suppose we could also mention Christian 444 and Misty Trees.
Misty Trees. That's the one you've got to go to. For nigh on almost 9 years worth of Digimon content.
Very slow. Oh god, I need to start uploading. I'm almost at the end of the backlog that I've already uploaded.
Oh, Blade.
I need to upload some more. I'll do that after we finish this, actually, whilst I remember.
We bring Digimon to you twice a week, every week.
Yep. At least twice a week.
At least.
Well, it's once a day at the moment.
We bring new Digimon episodes to you.
Of course, yeah.
at least twice a week. The rest are archived backlogs.
Yes, we bring old Digimon to you 7 days a week.
we bring Digimon to you no matter what, but the new stuff is twice a week, every week.
Yes.
Guaranteed, unlike some people.
Well, like your channel.
I had a legitimate excuse though. My computer literally melted.
Yeah. Oh dear. Anyway, that outro is probably long enough.
Yeah, piss off.
I think theme park ones would be good for that kind of thing as well, because you can make the guest's life an unimaginable torment, which is always entertaining.
And I think on this one, if you don't build a roller coaster correct, it will crash and you will kill people. So
just having a wank in anticipation.
Yeah, sorry. I was rubbing my hands together evil, but it probably didn't get picked up in the audio.
You just spit on my hand.